I smell you hobbits as you come back to Pocket Ronnie.
Okay, today we're going to be doing types of angles. What are the different types of angles that we have? Remember, an angle is formed by two rays joined together. Every angle has a vertex. So the different types of angles, this one is a right angle. A right angle is 90 degrees. So always, always a right angle, and this is the symbol we use for a right angle, and it's 90 degrees. Okay? One thing let me point out, if I was to draw a graph, on a graph with your quadrants, the quadrants of 1, 2, 3, 4, when you go around a complete circle, you start here at 0, going around a complete circle, you went 360 degrees. Because remember, angles are measured in degrees, so a complete circle forms 360 degrees. So like a 90-degree angle, say right here, quadrant 1, if you had the x-axis and the y-axis, they are perpendicular. And this angle right here forms a right angle. So the x-axis and the y-axis form a right angle, 90 degrees. Another type of angle is your straight angle. Those are straight lines. A straight line is a straight angle. Every straight angle is 180 degrees. All straight lines are 180 degrees. Starting here at 0, you go half of a circle. Half of a circle is 180 degrees. You think of it here on the quadrants, that a straight line would be this x-axis right here, 180 degrees. The y-axis is also a straight angle, a straight line, 180 degrees. Alright, the other three main types of angles are acute. Okay, these are smaller angles. They are smaller than 90 degrees. Okay, if you want to think of it on your quadrants, here is 0 degrees, and then I go up here to, this would be 90 degrees. An acute angle is somewhere in there. If I drew this angle right in here, that right there would be acute. Acute angle is less than 90, but larger than 0. And if you want to think of it, they're smaller angles, and you can say, they're so cute. They are cute. They are acute. A-C-U-T-E. Acute angle are smaller angles. If you want to think of obtuse, they are bigger angles. If you want to think of obtuse as obese, that helps you remember it. They are bigger. They are larger than 90, but smaller than 180. If I was to draw my x and y axis on here, this being my y-axis, I didn't draw completely straight lines. You can see that this angle, here's 90, this would be bigger than 90. You have gone past 90, but you haven't gone to a straight line to be at 180. So obtuse angles are larger than 90, but smaller than 180. Okay? Then, getting to an even bigger angle, you have reflex. One of my students like to say that you got so big that you had reflux. So, but it's not reflux, it's reflex with an E. And that would be this angle on this side. Yes, you can see each angle will have two sides. I could look at this side, the red, that would be the obtuse angle side, or I could look at the opposite, the black arc, that would be the reflex side. Let's just pretend this is 120 degrees. That would be obtuse. So that means that this side, if this forms a complete circle of 360, 360, that would be 240 degrees. Make sure that does equal 360. So 240 degrees reflex is bigger than 180 but smaller than 360. A reflex angle is larger than 180 degrees but smaller than 360. So anything larger than 180 is reflex. Okay, so this black arc will be the reflex angle. Okay, so let's look at some of your problems here on page 40. And then we're looking at this figure. Remember, you always look at your givens. Okay, and in here, the given says that line MS is a straight line. So MS is a straight line. So what did we just say? That straight lines form a straight angle, and straight angles are 180 degrees. So we know all the way from S to M is 180 degrees. Then the given tells us the measure of MTQ, so you follow the letters MTQ, is 90 degrees. I always recommend you mark that in your picture. So MTQ, that angle right there is 90 degrees. And if we know that MS is a straight line, then we also know that QTS is also 90 degrees, because 90 plus 90 is 180. And both of those angles have to add up to the straight line of MS of 180 degrees. So if you have a perpendicular angle here, then the other one is also perpendicular. Alright, now let's use this information to answer the questions over here. They're asking you, in the instructions, they're asking you, what type of angle do you have? In other words, is it a right angle, a straight angle, acute, obtuse, or reflex? Okay? And in the instructions, they're telling you to look at the smaller angle unless otherwise noted. So, let's look at angle PTM. Again, I recommend you follow your letters PTM. So that means we're looking at that angle right there, PTM. Is it a right angle, a straight angle, acute, obtuse, or reflex? So it is a smaller angle, so therefore that is, it's so cute. It's acute. Now let's look at number 2, angle PTS. Okay, we're not looking at this one anymore. We're looking at angle PTS. Again, the instructions say we're looking at the smaller angle unless otherwise noted. So PTS, we're looking at that black arc because that would be the smaller of the two angles. So PTS. Okay, PTS, that would be obtuse. That angle is looking like this. PTS, that would be that. So that, you can tell that is bigger than 90 degrees, but yet we're not all the way down here to a straight line. So therefore that is an obtuse angle, larger than 90 but smaller than 180. Now number 3 says we're looking at angle RTM, but we want to look at the larger angle. We're looking at the larger of the two. So looking at RTM, RTM. Okay, we're not looking at the smaller angle. The smaller one would be that black line there, but we're not looking at that one. We want to look at this red area, RTM. We're looking at that angle. RTM, we're looking at this, the red arc on that side of the angle. Basically, here's your angle. Here's RTM. If I drew it outside the picture, we want to look at the larger part of the angle. Not the smaller side, the larger side. So the larger side, that would be larger than 180, but smaller than 360. So therefore, that would be reflex. That type of angle is a reflex angle. Now let's look at angle MTQ. Erase all my lines over here. Okay, angle MTQ. MTQ. Well, we actually marked it earlier. You can even look over here in the given. Angle MTQ is 90 degrees. So MTQ is 90 degrees. What kind of angle do we call an angle that's 90 degrees? It is a right angle. Alright, now number 5 is asking for the measures. Remember, the M in front of the angle symbol means measure. They want to know the measure of MTQ plus the measure of QTS. Okay, what does that equal? Well, let's look at our picture. MTQ. MTQ, that was our right angle, MTQ. Then QTS. That was our other right angle. Because those two angles together form the straight angle of MTS. Okay, this forms angle MTS. And what did we know? Because angle MTQ plus QTS forms a straight line of MTS. What do we know about a straight line? It's a straight angle. And how many degrees are in a straight angle? 180. Okay? So since they're asking us the measure, we don't want to just write a straight angle. They're not asking us what type of angle it is. They're asking us for the measure. So the measure of one, because this would be 90 degrees. This one is 90 degrees. So 90 plus 90 is 180 degrees. It's very important to have your degree symbol. Don't just write 180. What does that mean? 180 pennies? 180 pieces of candy? It means 100. So it's important to have that degree symbol to know 180 degrees. Okay, we're looking at 4E number 12 and number 13 and 14. So on 4E number 12, it says a right angle plus acute angle makes what kind of angle? If you're not sure, the best thing I can tell you is to draw it. Okay, so we have a right angle. Remember, a right angle is 90 degrees. That's a right angle. Then we're going to add an acute angle. Acute means smaller than 90. So now here is my 90 degrees, and then there is my acute angle that I'm adding on. Now putting both of those together, what kind of angle have we made? All together, that angle would be an obtuse angle. All the way from this line up to here, we have formed an obtuse angle. So taking 90 degrees plus something smaller than 90 would be less than 180, and we've created an obtuse angle. So now number 4E number 13, a right angle plus a right angle. Okay, here is a right angle. Now let's add another right angle. There's a right angle and there's a right angle. If we have a right angle plus a right angle is 90 degrees plus another 90 degrees is 180 degrees. What kind of angle is 180 degrees, or what have we formed? We have formed a straight line or a straight angle. So taking two right angles and adding them together, we form a straight angle. 4E number 14, if you have a straight angle plus an acute angle. So that's my straight angle, a straight line. Straight angle is a straight line. Now let's put on another acute angle. See, that's acute because that's less than 90. So if I go all the way from the start to here, what kind of angle have I formed with this large red arc? That would be a reflex angle. 180 plus something smaller than 90 is bigger than 180, and something bigger than 180 is a reflex angle. So that would form a reflex angle.